Hello students, welcome to history class. Today we are to continue the same lesson, the First World War, lesson 7 of your book. So let's discuss the First World War in detail. The learning objectives of the topic are crisis leading to the outbreak of the war, condition of Europe on the eve of 20th century, Anglo-German rivalry, the British abandonment of splendid isolation, factors leading to the formation of Triple Entente, the crisis in the Balkans, the Balkan Wars, the Austro-Serbian rivalry and Sarajevo murder, July crisis and consequences, the course of the First World War, and why did the USA join the First World War. We had already discussed the crisis leading to outbreak of the war, condition of Europe on the eve of 20th century, the Anglo-German rivalry, factors leading to the formation of Triple Entente, the crisis in the Balkan, and the Austro-Serbian rivalry. In this module, we are going to discuss the course of the First World War, the actual battles which were fought during the First World War. Let's understand the new terms of the topic. Allied, one of the group of the First World War, consisted of England, France and Russia. Central Powers, one of the group of the First World War, comprised of Germany, Italy, Austria-Hungary, Turkey and Bulgaria. Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, the peace treaty signed between Russia and Germany for non-aggression after Russian Revolution of 1917. After the Russian Revolution of 1917, Russia had to withdraw from the First World War, and before quitting, Russia had to sign a non-aggression treaty with Germany, which was called as the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. Aristocratic, people belonging to high society or influential people, or you can say the rich people. In this module, we are going to discuss the course of the First World War and review of the important battles, the actual battles which took place from 1914 till 1917. So let's discuss the battles which were fought from 1914 till 1917 between the Allied powers and the Central Powers. It was a local affair. It became World War when Germany attacked on France. The contestants were Central Powers comprising Germany, Austria-Hungary, Turkey and Bulgaria. The other group was the Allied powers comprised of Russia, France, England, Belgium. Later Serbia, Romania and Greece also joined the Allies. Italy changed sides and joined the Allies with the secret Treaty of London. Italy was a country which initially was a part of Central Powers. Later on, in 1915, when she thought that the Germany side is going to lose, she changed her side by signing a secret Treaty of London and went with the Allied powers. The beginning of the First World War. The First World War was fought on mainly three fronts: the Western Front, the Eastern Front, and the... Let's discuss the battles on the Western Front of the war. The war at the Western Front. Germany attacked Belgium, but Germany's progress in Belgium was hindered by staunch Belgian resistance. The First World War was started when Germany attacked on Belgium, and it was a protectorate state of England, so England had to join the war. But Germany was very surprised the way the Belgians had protected their area. Meanwhile, British army tried to defend the French line. Germany pushed both towards Paris. That means Germany, in the initial stages of the First World War, defeated Britain and France, but then Anglo-French army, the joint army of England and France, halted German march at Meran. Meran was a river, and around it the first historical battle in the First World War was fought. So this was the Battle of Meran. On your screen you can see the river Marne where the historical battle was fought between Germany and France. Another small battle was fought between England and Germany when Germany tried to cross English Channel, but England has stopped Germany from doing so. Thereafter, the famous trench warfare on the Western Front continued and major operations were temporarily suspended. The major fights were suspended here because of lack of resources. Operations again began in July 1916 at Warden. In the Battle of Warden, the French lost 3 lakh men while Germany's losses were smaller than that of France. So in the Battle of Warden, the French were getting defeat. They had to face high casualties. The British Army made a major offensive at Somme in order to relieve pressure at Warden. The British Army attacked on Somme, and it was a way to help her partner ally France against Germany. British artillery fire was abortive. However, Somme restrained the Germans. In the Battle of Somme, the British were not so successful, but still it was a helpful factor in order to relieve pressure on France, because now Germany was busy in 2 fronts, one at Warden and second at Somme. Another historical battle was fought between Germany and France at a place called Warden, which is encircled in the screen. France had to bear great losses in this historical battle. With the USA joining, the war allies became much stronger, and Anglo-French-American forces started counterattack and forced the German army to retreat. So with the entry of USA in the First World War, the Allies group became more stronger, and it was joint attack by British, French and American forces which forced the Germany to withdraw from the First World War and surrender from the First World War. Finally, on November 11 at 11 a.m., the German guns were silenced and talks of peace began. Germany surrendered on November 11 at 11 a.m. and started the peace settlement between the Allies and the Central Powers. Now let's discuss the war on the Eastern Front. The Eastern Front. The war on the Eastern Front began with Russian invasion of East Prussia and Austria. On the Eastern Front, the war began when Russia attacked on East Prussia, that is the eastern part of Germany, and Austria. The Russian army was ill-equipped and ill-organized. However, the Russian army was not organized properly and it was not well trained also. The German baffled the Russian march in the Battle of Tannenberg. In Tannenberg, both the sides, the Germany and Russia, had to face each other, in which the Germany was very strong and Germany confused Russian army. Thousands of Russians were drowned in the lakes and swamps of East Prussia. So thousands of Russians, they were not knowing how to survive themselves. So they drowned in the lakes and the muddy areas of eastern part of Germany. The Germans got success after success. They captured Warsaw, Poland and Lithuania. In 1916, Germany captured Romania, Ukraine and Crimea. So all the important places of Russia were captured by Germany. The outbreak of revolution in Russia and fall of Tsar led to collapse of Russian resistance. There was a revolution in Russia which demanded the Russian army to be placed in Russia rather than in the fronts of the First World War. Then Russia withdrew itself from the First World War. The new government under Lenin made a peace treaty with Germany. It was known as the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. Germany imposed very harsh terms on Russia, and Russia withdrew itself from the First World War due to internal instability and revolution in Russia. Now let's discuss what happened on the Southeast Asian Front. The Southeast Asia Front. In Southeast Asia, the British War Office planned an attack on Gallipoli, which was in Turkey, with the following objective: to cut off Turkey from Austro-German support by driving a wedge and dry up Turkish resources. Britain wanted that Turkey should be dealt alone and Turkey should not get any support of Austria-Hungary or Germany, and its resources should be cut off to help Serbia against Austria. The second objective was to help Serbia against Austria and to include the Slav community into Serbia. On your screen, you can see the Gallipoli Peninsula. By attacking here, the Britain want that Turkish Empire or Turkey or the Ottoman Empire should be separate from the rest of her allies like Germany and Austria. Now let's discuss the war with Italy. How did the allies treat Italy? War with Italy. In Italy, Austria captured the Alpine region. The Austro-Germans descendants on the Alps like the avalanche and fought with Italy in the Battle of Caporetto. Italy initially was a part of Central Powers, but after the Secret Treaty of London, it went with the Allies. So there was a joint attack by the armies of Austria and Germany on Italy, and there was a historic Battle of Caporetto. The Anglo-French army rushed to Italy and protected Venice and halted the German advance. It was looking like that the Italy was going to lose, but British and French army came. Now let's discuss the naval supremacy race between England and Germany. The Anglo-German naval fight. In the sea, British Navy started the blockade of German ports and harbors. We had already discussed that England was the best naval power and Germany wanted to be the best. She was the second best naval power in the world. So there was an enmity between both these countries for proving themselves superior in navy. A naval battle was fought with Germany at Falkland Islands in January 1914. The real damage to Britain was done by Germany in submarine warfare. So Germany wanted to prove herself the best naval power and attacked on England. The most pathetic incident was the Lusitania case, which was a luxury British passenger liner. It was cruising the Atlantic with many respectable passengers, including some Americans. German submarine droned it with a torpedo attack. About 1,000 passengers were drowned. The most terrible incident was the sinking of Lusitania. Lusitania was a British luxury cruiser where many passengers were traveling. Approximately 1153 passengers were there, in which 128 were Americans, and about 1,000 passengers drowned. America was not a part of the First World War. Still, the American passengers died due to First World War. This was the time that America decided to join the First World War against Germany. It challenged the German authority and declared a war against Germany and joined the Allied powers. The Lusitania incident caused much international tension and it was one of the reasons for which USA joined the war. Anyhow, the blockade of German coast by Anglo-American and Anglo-French Navy became very effective. Due to death of 128 Americans, America declared a war against Germany and decided to be a part of Allied powers. With the advice of USA, the new plan, the new strategies of First World War was prepared. America advised that Germany should be attacked jointly by all the Allied powers. So a joint attack was made on Germany by Anglo-American forces on one side and Anglo-French Navy on one side. Germany lost all contact and supply of essentials. So Germany was without any resources. Her resources were exhausted. Germany gave up and signed the armistice. So Germany had to sign armistice. Armistice here means a peace treaty where a country decides that it has surrendered and it was to sign a peace treaty with the winning countries. So with the surrender of Germany, the First World War came to an end and Treaty of Versailles was signed between the winning countries and the losing countries. These are the questions we have covered in today's module. Discuss the importance of Battle of Marne. What were the conditions of Treaty of Gallipoli? Why was the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk signed? And why did America join the First World War? If you want to explore more, you can see on your screen a link which will be very helpful for you to get some extra information on this topic. With the help of this explanation and internet, you are advised to make the notes of the above topic. I hope you have understood till here. We'll meet you in next session. Till then, have a nice day.